Imagine a cricket tactic so controversial that it sparked diplomatic tension, nearly broke the sport, and changed the laws of the game forever. Hi everyone, I'm Atif Nawaz, and today we're diving deep into the infamous Bodyline series, the 1932-33 Ashes, one of the most dramatic and divisive chapters in the history of cricket. To understand why Bodyline happened, you have to start with one man, Donald Bradman. In 1930, he absolutely destroyed England's bowling attack, scoring 974 runs in a single Ashes series, a record that still stands today. England felt helpless. Traditional bowling hadn't worked. Containment hadn't worked. So when England returned home after that humiliation, they asked themselves a simple question: how do you stop Bradman? Douglas Jardine, England's captain, believed he had the answer. He was tough, combative, and believed cricket wasn't just about skill, it was about winning at all costs. And he spotted something. Bradman, despite his genius, seemed uncomfortable with balls that lifted sharply around his chest and ribs. Jardine imagined a plan: fast, short-pitched bowling aimed at the body with a ring of leg-side fielders waiting for deflections. It wasn't designed to dismiss Bradman beautifully, it was designed to trap him, control him, intimidate him. It was called Bodyline. When England arrived in Australia for the 1932-33 Ashes, Jardine had two perfect weapons to execute his plan: Harold Larwood and Bill Bose, fast bowlers quick enough to make the tactic genuinely dangerous. And early in the series, England tried it. They bowled short at the body with packed leg-side fields, and the reaction from Australian players and crowds was instant and furious. This wasn't cricket as they knew it. It felt hostile, it felt dangerous, it felt like warfare on a pitch. Now let's be clear, short-pitched bowling wasn't new, but the systemic use of it, targeting the body with no intention of taking wickets in the traditional way, pushed the moral boundaries of the sport. Australia claimed it encouraged physical harm. England argued it was strategy. If Bradman was that good, they needed something new. Bradman himself struggled early. In the second test, he famously walked out to bat second ball and unbelievably was bowled trying to defend a straight delivery. The greatest batter the world had ever seen was rattled. Bodyline was working, but even rattled, Bradman played his part. He scored a brilliant century in the third test, reminding England that geniuses don't disappear. But the controversy kept growing. In Adelaide, tensions reached breaking point after a series of injuries, including a nasty blow to Australian captain Bill Woodfull and another to wicketkeeper Bert Oldfield, who was struck on the head and collapsed. Crowds turned on England. Boos echoed around the ground. Police reportedly had to escort players. Woodfull delivered his iconic line to England's manager: "There are two teams out there. One is trying to play cricket, the other is not." That quote became the moral center of the entire saga. The Australian board sent a strongly worded cable to the MCC in London accusing England of unsportsmanlike conduct, a diplomatic crisis at a time when Britain still ruled a large part of the world. Newspapers raged. Politicians commented. The British government grew nervous. Cricket was suddenly on the front page, not just the sports page, and the relationship between England and Australia, usually bonded by shared history, came under real strain. England refused to back down. They insisted Bodyline was within the laws and accused Australia of overreacting. The MCC backed Jardine. Both boards exchanged heated cables. For a moment, the tour was at a risk of being cancelled altogether, but eventually diplomacy prevailed and the series continued, though the tension never truly left. On the field, England's tactic worked. They won the series 4-1. Larwood was the star, bowling fast, accurate, devastating spells. Yet ironically, he returned home to face criticism, not from Australians, but from English administrators who blamed him for controversy when he'd merely followed Jardine's orders. He never played Test cricket again. What about the legacy? The Bodyline series has changed cricket permanently. The laws of cricket were eventually adjusted to limit leg-side fielders and restrict sustained short-pitch bowling aimed at the body. Cricket introduced new ideas about safety, fairness, and sportsmanship, and it forced everyone, players, officials, fans, to ask a deeper question. How far can you push the laws before you damage the spirit of the game? Even today, if you watch the Ashes, you can feel echoes of that 1932-33. Every bouncer, every aggressive field set to a tail-ender, every debate about fairness and fast bowling. Bodyline lives in the collective memory of cricket as a cautionary tale, a reminder of what happens when strategy collides with sportsmanship. And perhaps the most fascinating part is this: Bodyline didn't stop Bradman. It unsettled him for sure, but he adapted, overcame, and continued to dominate cricket for years. The tactic may have shaped the laws, but Bradman shaped the game. So that's the story of the Bodyline series, cricket's most dramatic confrontation. A clash of tactics, personality, cultures, and philosophy. A moment where cricket almost tore itself apart, and in doing so, refined what the sport should be. Thank you for watching. If you found this interesting, hit subscribe and comment below with which crazy cricket story you'd like next. Until next time, see ya!